Alright YouTube, so I don't know if I filmed the intro or not for the part 2 on the KLX 110, but I'm going to tell you right now the bike's sweet and you should totally watch the end of the video. So I'm going to let you get right into it right now, and yeah, I'll see you at the end. Valve seal goes first, and the valve, and then this spacer. Dude, this is after the head's taken apart and re-put together. And right now I'm just trying to work on getting this tin gasket material off the side. I got this razor blade right here, a little bit rusty. Kind of nicked myself a little bit on the finger, but you know, whatever. It's just part of working on things. And I'm gonna have to clean it all up as soon as I get it off and cut back to you when I do. Here's some light, the little rod's back there. And it's got such a low torque spec that I probably put a little too much Loctite on that one right there, but I just Loctited those screws and tightened them down hand tight because it was like less than 5 pounds, and the torque wrench wouldn't do that. So I got that in there, and that basically holds those in there, which holds your the little rods that are basically, when you take this cover off, there's a little rod and it slides through, and it's just a pin that holds it. It's that simple. And then a timing chain sprocket on the outside. And yeah, they're very simple, and it's the same thing on the other side. You just have to remember one valve's bigger than the other. So the small one is your exhaust valve, and the larger one is your intake valve. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to the head on these. And it really doesn't make sense to me why they would make the intake larger than the exhaust, because it's taking in more air than it can get rid of exhaust. But you know, whatever. I'm sure Kawasaki had their reasoning behind it, whether it be California standards or anything else. But yeah, a little pro tip: if you have O-rings, for instance, the back of these got new O-rings, just put a little bit of grease around it, and yeah, that'll hold it in place long enough for you to get it tight down. And yeah, that's all for the head. Alright, so the head's on, and the cylinder, and the new rings, and the valve chain, or cam chain, is tight. Next, I'm probably going to end up putting the air, I got to clean it first. I'm going to clean the air box, then get it put on right there. So, catch you when I've got the air box on. Alright YouTube, here's a bike update. Took off the side cover, not this one, but like the whole thing, and set the timing. The mark has to be up here on this sprocket, has to be facing forward, and the mark on the flywheel has to be facing forward. There's a little pointy arrow right there that you know you line it up with. And you got the chain tensioner in there. Got the choke right back on it. Got the carburetor on it. Here's how it sits now. Put this piece on it. This piece for the Kickstarter. Attached electronics for the coils, and that's all I've done so far. Alright, I'm going to explain these KLX 110 valves real quick, give you a quick rundown no one else on YouTube has. So first you got these seals, right? Well, these are the old ones. There's a little broken and crap. But they basically, through this cover, there's a little nub. Nub sticks up. You go, you take the seal, put it on like this on the end of the nub, and the valve slides right through it. And then you have it's like a washer, right? And the washer, it has a lip to it, and the lip goes up into the bottom of the spring in here. And after the washer, you have your spring, and then you have another washer, and then basically we have this. We had a C-clamp, right? C-clamp, and hold up. we basically made our own tool, right? So we had this piece of wood and we cut it like this, and it's made so that when you take off the cap right here, it'll slide in here in between this, and you push down on each side of the spring, and there's a little nub that sticks up in the middle of the spring, and you push it down, and then the nub will come up, and then there's these like keepers. So they have a little slotted, like a little, about the size of like an airsoft gun, or not airsoft gun, but a BB gun pellet or something like that, pellet gun pellet. And you take those off, and the long side goes facing down, and the nub is on the higher up part. You'll understand it if you take it apart. They're actually a lot easier to do than you would think. The only hard part is putting those keepers back in, and our little trick was we used a bit of grease, and that would hold them in place long enough for us to let off the pressure. And basically, the clamp goes on something like that, flip it around the other way, and then you have a piece of wood, and that piece of wood goes on the valve so you don't tear up the valve, and then you put your pressure on the valve, and then you put your pressure on this piece of wood on the other side, and it'll compress the spring, or you could just buy the tool. And that's how you do a valve seal replacement on a KLX 110 head. This is the regular head. This isn't a V2 race head. And yeah, I just got that kind of mocked up for now so I don't lose the pieces, since it's all clean and old. And yeah, there's the plate, little I can't remember what it's called. It's like a little plate that keeps the like little rods back there. The next thing to do is install the air filter in the air box, and then we'll put the air box back on, do it in that order. So that's how you want your air filter to sit in the air box, and then you just take the cover right here, put it on top, and then you have 3 screws that look like this that you put in one hole here, one hole here, and one hole here. The box is on, and now we're moving to the throttle. After we get the throttle all hooked up, then we move on to the exhaust pipe. Should be able to start it in the next little while. It's gonna be sweet. KLX 110 first start, baby. Let's go. Woo! Got oil, got gas, got a new pipe. Oh, I want to know what she sounds like so bad. I'm gonna kick her over, let some oil get in the head. Oh, I can hear the pipe. She's got good compression too. Got new rings. You hear that? She's gonna sound mean. Alright, now I'm gonna turn on the gas. Give her. Just one with the gas. Crack the throttle, put it on run. Ooh, it messed up. Dang auto clutch. Oh wait, I might have to put it on reserve. It's barely got any gas in the tank. Oh, I wanted to start. Woo-hoo.
just passing in your underwear. Short skirt, long hair, known you for some years, but I wanna get to know you better. Hop up on the bed so I can take off your expensive sweater.